Everyone, I'm here with your weekly Astro report for the week of May 14th to the 20th of 2018. It is a busy week, unlike the last 2 weeks, which were fairly quiet. This week is a busy one in the astrological world, so to speak. So the headlines this week, the big headline this week is that Uranus is moving signs from the sign of Aries into the sign of Taurus on Tuesday the 15th. And it's a big deal because Uranus only changes signs about every 8 years. So it does kind of mark the beginning of a different sort of era in some ways. It rules, a large amount of time. Uranus is a planet that rules sudden changes. It rules inspiration. It's sort of the lightning strike, I think of it as. So that can be something that suddenly shocks us, but it could also be a breakthrough, a move forward, an inspiration. It's about our imagination. And in our personal charts, it shows us where we are unusual or different. And so it marks how different eras are different from each other. So we had Uranus in the sign of Aries, which is a very fiery sign. It's a very individualistic sign. And so the last 8 years were all about people asserting their individual rights, saying, no, you can't do that to me. I am an individual. Lots of inspiration, especially in fields that have to do with sports or the military, things like that. So it was a more masculine sign, definitely. Now, the last time that Uranus was in the sign of Taurus, moved into the sign of Taurus, was in 1934. So Taurus rules things like money, food, it rules the environment. It's also a feminine sign, and it rules beauty and the body as well. And so some people are predicting that the changes we may see over the next 8 years or so, there may be changes to the monetary system or to the banking system, that there may be changes in agriculture and the way that we raise animals for food, or the way that we grow plants for food. It also, because it is an environmental sign, it's a very earthy sign. It's an earth sign after all, that there'll be changes in the environment. So there may be big changes going on in the environment that forces us to change as well. So maybe earthquakes, some sudden events, things like that force us to change the way that we're doing things. There may also be as well changes with the role of women too, because Taurus is a feminine sign. We do have a lot of the outer planets in more feminine signs at this time. So it heightens women's role, and there may be changes in, women's rights, an improvement in them. People are predicting things like this. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but that is kind of Taurus and Uranus and Taurus in a nutshell. So it's looking forward to seeing the way things changes. The other thing that's changed is with Uranus in Aries. Aries is it's ruled by the sign of Mars. It's a very quick sign. It's a very aggressive sign. And so changes were kind of quick and aggressive and shocking. We saw a lot more things in the last 8 years, like small terrorist attacks, things like that. So a lot of aggressive sort of things. Whereas Taurus is more about slow-moving changes, so the changes may not be as shocking as they were in perhaps the past 8 years or so. So that is the big headline. The other things that are happening this week is we do have a new moon on the same day as well. In the sign of Taurus, it is at 6:48 a.m. Central Time. All times are in Central Time on Tuesday, just before the moon goes void and then into the sign of Gemini. So it's very late in the sign of Taurus that this is happening. I'll be putting out a newsletter about the new moon coming up this week. So if you're interested, please go to my website and subscribe. I send it out to all subscribers, just as a side note. So that's coming up. So Tuesday is a really great day to set some intentions for yourself, especially for the long term. We have new moon in Taurus and we have Uranus in Taurus. So we have, especially if you are looking at 10-year plans, even 5-year plans, even something over the next year, this is a great time to set some really long-term intentions for yourself and think about where you want to go with that. We do have some other planets moving into different signs. We have the sun moving into the sign of Gemini, and that is on Sunday, May 20th, so at the end of the week. So sun in Gemini is about versatility. So we move from an earthy sign to a more to an air sign, the mutable sign, so we go from like fixed and not wanting to change things to very much being a lot more flexible in general. Look at where you look at where Gemini is in your chart, and that is where it's going to be highlighted for the next month or so, and you're going to feel like you have a lot more flexibility, so you're open to adapting and changing and doing different things. It's also a time where your social life may pick up a bit, so Sun in Gemini, that's moving on Saturday. And then we have Venus moving into the sign of Cancer at 8:11 a.m. on Saturday, May 19th. So Venus rules love and romance, of course, but also rules beauty and art as well. So let's find, here we go. So Venus in Cancer is about birth. So definitely we are feeling more maternal perhaps towards our partners or in romance, or we're looking to be mothered ourselves. We're also maybe feeling more maternal towards our artwork or our creativity. It says it's a good time to start things though. If you're thinking of starting a new relationship or family or starting creative venture, it's a great time to do it and to put some energy into it. It's definitely a softer type of romantic sign, and that's going to be in that sign for about a month or so over the next while. Then we have Mars. Mars is also changing signs into the sign of Aquarius. So it's going from an earth sign into an air sign. And Mars in Aquarius is about rebellion. So look at where Aquarius is in your chart. And that's an area where you're going to be like, I want to do things my way. I'm not going to take crap from anybody. I'm going to do what I want. And that's kind of a more aggressive take on it. But it's also could be a place where we want to assert our individuality more, where we're not looking to other people for approval. We're just going to go and do our own thing. On the other side too, expect that sometimes there's going to be pushback from other people who are like, no, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do it my way. So there may be a little bit of headbutting over the next couple of months. Mars spends about 2 months in a sign. So that's what we're seeing there. What else do we have here? Is that all of the movements? I think so. We have Sun, Venus, Mars, and then we have Uranus. Okay, so I've got them all. I knew there was like a bunch of signs. Let's get into the day today right now. So we have on Monday, the moon starts off in the sign of Taurus. So people are definitely, in a mood to kind of enjoy themselves a little bit more. People are working, but it's not at a super fast pace. People are kind of taking their own time to do things. And that's really, so Monday's a pretty quiet day. On Tuesday, we have the shift going on in energy, and you may even feel this. You've got a new moon that's happening at 6:48 a.m. Central, and then we have the moon going void at 3:30 p.m., and then moving into the sign of Gemini at 3:43 p.m. So the morning, again, still has that kind of more Taurus-like nature to it, where we're feeling like, okay, you wanna just kind of take things easy, and then things pick up in the afternoon. Gemini is a faster moving sign. Lots of little things going on, more communication, lots of little short travels, and that goes into Wednesday as well. So Wednesday may be a busier day than Monday or Tuesday morning. On Tuesday we have, again, we have Uranus, the big move there. We also have Mars moving into Aquarius, so a lot of shifting of energy on Tuesday. So expect Tuesday, if you're making plans for Tuesday, just expect they might change as the day kind of goes on and goes forward, and just roll with it. Wednesday, we've got Moon in Gemini, so another busy day. We have Mercury making a square with Vesta, so there may be some stress in communication around the home. So whether that's like chores or errands or just any communication around home and family, there might be a little bit of stress and tension. So give people a break. Make sure that you're understood, that there's not, miscommunication going on. We have Mars squaring Uranus, so it's also a day of false starts, We may try to start something and it doesn't, really go forward. And then it's also a day where people are more accident prone, so just be careful on Wednesday. Don't rush on Wednesday is kind of the big thing. We have Saturn squaring Juno as well. So there's also organizational struggles with a partner. So that to me is like, you you think one person's going to do something and they think you're going to do it. So watch for miscommunication with family and partners on Wednesday. So Wednesday may be like kind of a weird up and down sort of day. Thursday, we have a void moon at 1:18 p.m. and then the moon moves into Cancer at 4:47 p.m. So the morning's pretty busy, and then afternoon and into the evening, people are not quite as frantic anymore. You may be feeling a little more like you want to stay home and relax, not feeling like you want to do, a lot of stuff, but you may just want to stay home, relax with your friends and your family. And I don't think there's any other aspects. Oh, we do have Mercury trining Saturn that day. So it's a day to kind of be a little bit more realistic with your planning. So, we start off the week slow Monday, Tuesday morning, and then the energy really shifts Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, and it's kind of all over the place. We get into Thursday evening, and it's like, you know what? Maybe I can't do all this stuff. It's like we step back and go, ooh, I've got to reassess things. And we're kind of doing it from a quieter place on Thursday evening. Friday, we have a void moon at 4:14 p.m. and then the moon moves into Leo at 6. Actually, no, this is Saturday. Pardon me. So Friday, moon stays in Cancer. So again, we're still kind of want to stay home, more of dreamy, imaginative mood. That's it for Friday. Saturday, we have, like I said, the void moon at 4:14 p.m. and then move into Leo at 6:11 p.m. So we're feeling, kind of homey and want to stay home Saturday morning. In the evening, if you're going to do a social event, Saturday night rather than Friday night is the time to do it. People definitely want to get out more and shine and be the star and show their stuff at a party and have a good time. Saturday, Venus has a sextile with Uranus, so this is a good time to resolve any arguments, to have some peaceful resolution to any kind of disagreements that come up. It's also a good time if you get an unusual invitation to do something, you should go for it. It'll go great. We have Mars making a sextile as well with Chiron. So this is a day where some of our old wounds might get triggered, but it's a good day for resolving them or for recognizing them and saying, oh, I know what that's about. That's reminding me of this old thing. So that's good, definitely. It's also a good time to do some exercise too on Saturday. Sunday, we have a void moon at 10:30 p.m. So we spend most of the day in Leo. Good time to get out, enjoy yourself, enjoy the sunshine, have some fun. The sun moves into Gemini on that day as well. And we have Jupiter making a sextile with Neptune, so it is a good day to be inspired and do some spiritual type stuff on Sunday. So we kind of have a bit of a crazy week. The crazy days are going to be Tuesday and Wednesday with all that energy shifting going on. So watch for those. Slow start to the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, a little bit crazy. Thursday, Friday, a little more. We want to stay home. And then Saturday, Sunday is the day to get out there and have some fun. So I hope that that has helped you with planning your week. If you have any questions at all, please put in the comment section below. Peace, love, and rock and roll. And I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.